Bye. All right. Everybody good? Everybody chilling? Ready to get this thing started?
Did you?
All right. Let's knock out.
Started.
You're going to the, hop in the car, get fired, get my Boston accent. That's the only thing I know, though, as far as my Boston accent goes.
I used to stay get Alex just to like ask her questions that ended with like words like that, so she would have to say it.
You know why? You know why I love Alex, and she's a true Bostonian. And she types in a Boston accent.
Wow.
Like when it's over, far, like she'll type in far, she'll type in over, like she'll type in that Boston shit and put it into to accent. So
that's funny.
Yeah, she's
shout out to Alex.
Yeah, we're Alex and Nick, man. One of the realest.
Happy Mother's Day to
word up. Happy Mother's Day to your moms and my mom, all the moms.
Happy Mother's Day.
So yeah, guys, don't try to claim Mother's Day.
Yeah, no, let them have that one.
That turned into a thing. Mother's Day, fathers want credit. Father's Day, mothers want credit. Literally, there are two specific days for the women and the men. But nah, not good enough.
We need something to fight about, man. If there's nothing to fight about, we'll make something up.
I'm glad you said that. This segues perfectly into one of the things I want to talk about. So the Associated Press. Oh, so I was doing laundry like 3 weeks ago, something like that. And they have their local TV playing, whatever, just something to pass time. I love, for some reason, I love laundry. That's my Zen moment. That's my Zen moment. That's my moment of being one with the universe is when I'm doing laundry.
Good, man. Good for you, man. Seriously, honestly, not even joking around. It's good to find that one thing that you can just like, where you can get away from the world.
Dishes, I'd rather just break the glass on the ground and say dishes are done.
I agree with you. I buy paper plates, paper everything. I use it. I don't have to wash anything. I just dump it.
I've gone into the paper everything route. If it's paper and can be used, I use it now.
Recycled and whatever. Yeah.
Dishes, suck a dick. Dishes, laundry. That's my peacetime. That's my become one with myself moment.
Get the Quan.
Yeah, gives me a moment of just clarity. Gives me a moment of nobody's bothering me, just me and like a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour of just killing whatever, So sorry. Sorry about that. Just went off somewhere. So doing laundry, and I hear the TV. I don't pay any mind to it, but I caught what it was saying, and then it made me watch. So the Associated Press actually has a Twitter account, and being in this woke, quote unquote, woke culture that we are in, which is pretty much like what you said, just we need something to argue about. So I heard this, and it was just one of those slap your forehead moments. So the Associated Press said on their Twitter account, and they pushed it forward, is that we should stop using the term mistress for an actual mistress. She goes, they say, stop using that term. We need to be more politically correct. We would like you to use the term companion or friend. Do we not know what the definition of a mistress is?
So you're like legitimizing it. I can't say that word, but they're trying to make it like it's okay. Having a mistress is, well, depending on who you are, like that's, if you're married, that ain't good, right?
A mistress means you're cheating on your wife with another lady.
Exactly. So like, why is that like something that should be termed politically correct?
Everything has to be for everybody. Like, sorry, hoes, we're gonna, sorry, you're a hoe. Let's dial it back. Let's call you a friend. Now, imagine you're arguing with your girl, you get caught like, no, that's my friend, that's my companion. You're gonna have to, call 911 after that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised you were able to even get that word out.
Part of their argument was, well, there's no real term for men. And in the same breath, they literally jotted off like 10 different versions of the male version of mistress.
Gigolo or
Gigolo, which is the outdated one, but let's go right to dog. You're a dog. You're a cheater. Like those are universal. The cheater's universal. The dog is for a guy. There you go. Like if a guy was like, guys, let's not be called dogs anymore. Let's just be called, the extra friend or some bullshit term that they want to use.
Plus one.
Plus one.
Call me the sixth man. I'll take the sixth man.
The sixth man.
Give me the sixth man. I'll take that title.
And it's just, dude, I feel like, so I'm waiting to get my cousin on so we could talk about, not conspiracy theories, but just a little bit to the right of normal conversations. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to wait for him to come in so we can talk about the simulation theory and that whole thing. So, dude, after hearing that and just seeing how this world works, I really feel like, as much as I don't believe in the simulation theory, I believe we're in a gigantic game of The Sims. Like somebody is controlling something, just causing all kind of havoc. This is a crazy world we live in, man. It took a right turn somewhere.
There's no other way to describe it. I want to see like the whole Mistress group. I want them to come out and stand out in public and do movements and marches and all that stuff so they can out themselves as mistresses.
Mistresses ain't even talking shit. They're just like, let us be hoes. Associated Press is the only one that's like, guys, we have to change this terminology.
Okay, I thought it was like one specific mistress who had got offended and started this whole campaign, but it sounds like you're saying it was just the news outlet.
The Associated Press. They have a Twitter account that, for lack of a better word, they feel what should be said. They want to regulate the culture and what should be said and what's right, what's wrong. And they, like 3 weeks ago, they were just like, we need to stop using the term mistress because it's a negative tone. Like divorce isn't a negative tone. Like, that's, they all go together. Like there's nothing good that comes out of a mistress other than like some side, so like what is.
Yeah, no, I don't get that. Yeah, I don't get that.
That shit didn't go anywhere. They got blasted immediately.
Good.
They should.
Because then it's like, what's next? And we've already passed that what's next line, but then it's like, what's next?
Yo, you're right. We passed that line because now we're talking about how mistresses should be a different term because it's just as a negative tone on it. It's like, if that's the case, you could do a lot of. Remember when pedophiles try to rename their shit to make it seem like more.
No, I did not remember that.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
Go look crazy. It up. Even they were like, nah, it's a sickness. It's this. It's not this horrendous thing. And they got blasted for it too. It's almost in the same vein.
Yeah. That's what you. No. Yeah, you're right. They're trying to make it like something like nice or like something to apologize for.
Bad shit is bad shit, man.
No way.
You can't put sprinkles on every pile of shit and then call it a sundae. Like just sometimes, no, it's a piece of shit with sundae on it, with some sprinkles on it.
Wow.
Yep.
Dude, we're living in a game like God is a teenage kid with a PlayStation controller, and we're just the little Sims in it.
So what were their names that they were trying to come up with to replace? Do you remember by any chance the pedophile?
The pedophile? No, I didn't pay that too much mind. I just heard it and was like, what the fuck? Which we were really trying to normalize that. They try to make it like a disease, like alcoholism, like this, like to on a defense thing. Like, hey, don't get us too bad, guys. It's a sickness. It's we're not thinking right. No
way.
No way, I tell you. No.
Everybody has to have. Everybody has to have this little nook. I saw some shit. It made me laugh my ass off. It's a YouTube commercial, and it's a guy goes, "Hi, I'm what's called a coda." I was like, "Okay, what's that?"
I saw that commercial.
And next to it goes, "Coda, child of
deaf parents or something,
adults or something like that."
Yep.
It's like, yo, you can hear. Your parents should have a name or something, an acronym. Like, you can hear perfectly fine. Like, I want an acronym for something. Figure it out.
It's like they're crying for sympathy for some.
Everybody wants to have some voice. Everybody wants to be in some group. Nobody could rock as an individual anymore.
Yeah, man.
Everybody has to have a team. And that team always has to be right. And you always have to agree with my team, or you're the opposing team, you're the enemy. And it's just, you know, shit like that. That's why even with the Oscars, I don't watch the Oscars. I've never watched a full Oscars. I think 5 minutes maybe to watch like Best Actor or something like that one time. Like, I don't even remember.
Years ago, I used to like watch like Heavy Duty, but like that's when like movies were like really movies and like good and stuff was out, and I want to see like who won. So I was somewhat interested. I don't know if I watched like an entire one, but anyway, get to your point.
Grammys, all of those awards, they're just, I don't care. You know, here's an award for just doing some shit. I get it, prestigious award. You know, I get it, but you know, just never. I don't care. You know, let me just hear the music. Let me just watch the movie. I don't care about the words that come with it. That's more of the people that are doing the thing than the average fan. I don't give a fuck. So now the Oscars, their viewership, they plummeted from this Oscars, from the last Oscars, which was a decline from the Oscars before that. So it went like this, and then like this, like went straight down. Like nobody fucking saw the Oscars because nobody cared. But it goes back to everybody has to have a voice. Everybody has to use their platform. Oh, I won an award for acting. Let me talk about discrimination. Oh, I won this award for Best Supporting Actor. I need to talk about this. And it's kind of like, you know, if you're an athlete, there are some things that should be spoke about. Not every single person needs a microphone and a stand to jump on. And
but see, like the opposite side to that, there are some people, some famous people, like, yo, they'll get major heat because there's people that be like, yo, you should have used that opportunity to say something.
But the thing is, they don't have to. Like, they can take the heat, but they're taking heat from these people that feel like everybody should have a say so, and everybody should have a box that they come out of, and everybody has a team, and everybody this and everybody that. As long as they don't care, like, I'm an actor, I get paid to act. I'm a singer, I get paid to sing. I'm an athlete, I get paid to play a sport. All that other shit, I don't have to talk on. Not my job to talk on that. You want me to talk politics? I'm not a politician. If there's something going on in the world and I feel like I need to talk about it, all right, you say your piece on it and you move on. You don't make it this drama, this long lasting thing because you know, just because there's a microphone in front of you doesn't mean you have to grab it. And just be an actor. Just be an athlete. Just be this, just be that. And because of that, you know, nobody gives a shit about the Oscars anymore because nobody wants to hear everybody has an agenda. That goes back to the agenda thing that we always talked about. It's affecting movies like that now. Now everybody has to have an agenda. And now you see the backlash from that. What we say, an agenda you don't get a good product out of. Yeah. If you're just strictly trying to force an agenda down somebody's throat. And now, you know, now it's reflecting on the Oscars. So now everybody's like, yeah, go fuck yourself, Oscars. Like, nobody cares. Well, you know, talk about movies and awards. Again, nobody wants to see a 5-minute speech about something when you just kind of want to get a lot. That's the bullshit. You go to the movies, you watch a sport, you do these things to be entertained for just a brief moment, get taken away from reality. Watch this sporting event, watch this movie, you know, be entertained. When you're going to the thing that entertains you, the break from reality, and you're hit with like reality times 2 because everybody is now woke, that it kills it. It kills it. You know, it's like having a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and all of a sudden they change everything up. It's not the person that you fell in love with. And this is what we're facing now. And because of that, and then when you add to that, Instagram, TikTok, social media. There are people that do nothing that are more famous than famous people now. The field level is now. It used to be, oh my God, that guy's an actor.
He's accomplished so much, and he's done this and done that, and then
now with all the social media, there are top flight actors that don't get recognized as much as that guy that started TikTok dance, or that Instagram model, or like whatever. The field is more level because of that. It's just like, yo, you guys are just regular people now.
It's a wash, yeah.
Like, who cares? Oh, you made blah blah blah. Like, I have 1 million followers. I'm an average Joe.
Yeah, there's 12-year-olds that like off of a TikTok dance have like 1 million something viewers and even more than that.
Being acknowledged and famous doesn't hold the same weight that it did. People,
it's saturated now.
It's saturated, and the people that still think it holds some, you know, people in Hollywood, they still think their shit means as much as it did. So okay, so I'm gonna rant about something for 10 minutes, and the person after me is gonna rant for 5 minutes, and the person before me ranted for 5 minutes. Now it's people like, get out of here. I'm just gonna go TikTok, like whatever. I'm just gonna go to YouTube, like whatever. I'm gonna be entertained. When you try to drop an agenda on something, you know, the end results speak for themselves. Everybody's fighting that grain. But meanwhile, the proof is out there. Everybody tries to shove an agenda down, whether it's the Batwoman show, whether it's, you know, woke Hollywood, whether it's all these things.
You're almost like segueing into what I was going to talk about, but please continue what you were saying.
We could segue. By all means, good.
And I was just going to say in regards to the whole agenda and the woke culture, like the controversy over Michael B. Jordan by Warner Brothers hoping to play Superman, but not like the black version of Superman that story has been established. They want him to replace Clark Kent. And like, yeah, I don't like it either.
Oh no, what do you mean? They're Clark Kent Superman. Like, what do you mean?
So they're trying. Meaning like they want to use Michael B. Jordan to play Clark Kent instead of using Michael B. Jordan to play like the black version of Superman, which there already is. I forgot his name. Something Williams. There's like been a whole story that was established by it, but they want to use him to. Warner Brothers wants to replace or use Michael B. Jordan to play Clark Kent Superman. And I think they're just trying to capitalize on the woke movement, the culture, and everything like that that's going on with the black movement. I don't think they really want to use him to be an actor in that role.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. So that just goes to what we were saying. Like you said, it's just you haven't learned your lesson yet with the agenda thing. You can make a black Superman. That can be done. Yeah. There's one. There's
like
technically one in the comics.
Story. Exactly. There's a story already established that people love.
They had, when Superman died, they had, a black guy named Steel.
Yep.
He was like Superman, but like had like an Iron Man suit type of thing going on. But he called himself Superman. Called himself the Man of Steel.
Right.
There's already established storylines to it. It's like you said. The agenda thing. It hasn't worked yet. Everybody that's gone agenda driven, it has not gone good. It has spiraled to
backlash. And
if you had a sequel, nope, they don't want a sequel. Like, it was so bad that nobody cares about the product anymore. Even though, like, Michael B. Jordan's a good actor. Been following him since The Wire. Like, love Wallace. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a good actor. I don't mind seeing him in things. Like, but again, man, like, you putting these actors in bad positions because now not only do you have to make a movie, you have to carry this flag of this.
That weight of all that. And if you bomb, that could be if the movie fails, that could be the end of your career.
Actor may have nothing to do with it because, again, every agenda story is so shitty. It has nothing to do with the actor. The story sucked. The new Ghostbusters, the female version of Ghostbusters, that woman thing, Star Wars. I don't even get me started with the Star Wars things. All agenda driven, and all produce something shit. And it's not, oh, it must be a string of bad luck. Like, no, it's just the agenda you're trying to push on people.
Yeah.
You know, the most woke about us is we don't care about the woke thing. That's good. We did, you know, the Me Too movement. But there's a comedian like Bill Burr, and he said like the Me Too movement started out as this horrible stories of just guys, you know, busting into the dressing room, whipping their dick out. Like, you know, like it went from that to how do you say it? We went out. He was 5 minutes late. The chicken was cold. I think I was raped. And it turned into that. When it made that turn, it's just like, all right, everybody,
slow down a little bit.
We went way past the goal.
That's funny.
Bill Burr
special. That was on a special.
I love Bill Burr, man. Huh?
That was on a special.
He has a bunch of you can find it. You can easily find it.
Yeah.
But it's
he has a few on Netflix and Amazon Prime that I've seen.
He has a few shows on Netflix, Amazon Prime. I don't have Amazon Prime, so that's fine. But dude, just YouTube Bill Burr, and then just sit back and relax because you're gonna be laughing your ass off.
I used to love when he was on Opie and Anthony for like a little bit. He would come in and guest appearance with them on their show. Yeah. So he would pop in from time to time, and you know, funny. So
funny. Yeah, he's hilarious. I like
alone cracked me up.
His what?
His voice alone when he goes like the high pitch, and it's funny.
I like Bill Burr because he took over where Patrice O'Neal left off. You know, you guys know me and Patrice. I love Patrice, man. So when he passed away, you know, there's a little bit of gap of nobody was talking about what he was talking about. Out of nowhere, Bill Burr just was like, you know what, I'm gonna take that. He took the baton and he ran with it, and you know, he's continuing that, which makes me giddy. Like I'm happy that somebody is at least keeping his name alive with some of the jokes and the shit that he has.
Did you see the documentary on Patrice?
No. What was it, Uncle P or Mr. P, something like that?
It was something about after he passed. It was really good.
Yeah, where's it at?
Man, I forgot where. I think it was on YouTube that I watched it.
Okay.
I think it was on YouTube. But if I don't, we can look for it. I'll find it for you, whatever.
Yeah, I'll try to look for it.
It was good.
Yeah. So the world's going crazy. Every time I joke that we live in a simulation, I look at the world around me and I go, you know what? We might be living in a simulation.
So I was actually listening to an old episode of Opie and Anthony, and Patrice was there, and they were talking about like God and the creation of all things. And Patrice said something about how this feels like a simulation with all this pandemic, with the H1N1, as far as like how like the world or they were trying to say like the Earth has a way of correcting itself, as far as like us like doing the shit that we do to this planet. And they were like debating that, but then like it's funny how he said that, and then as far as like that the Earth will like kill off people like in mass amounts, but then when somebody said that it's like someone controlling everything, trying to set everything right, and then this happens again with the big pandemic, and a whole bunch of people die. You know, it's like, is that the world correcting itself? You know, like trying to get the balance back.
It's something, man. It's something. Carlin, I'm a huge fan of George Carlin too. Like he had a skit, and he was talking about saving the planet. You know, kind of in the same conversation, but he was like, he's like, you know, you want to save this, you want to save that, and the biggest thing, he goes, you know, us as people are just so fucking nose in the air about how unimportant, you know, how important we think we are. You know, we're gonna save the planet, save the bees, save the snails, save the whales, da, da, da. And he goes, the last thing is save the planet. He goes, save the fucking planet. We can't take care of ourselves. We're gonna save the planet. But he goes into it, he goes, you know, the world's been around way before us. It'll be here way after us. He goes, the planet's just gonna be fine. The people are fucked.
Yeah.
And you know, the balls that we think that we can do these things, like when he said we can't even take care of ourselves. And you know, just It's a simulation. I'm telling you, it might be a simulation.
No, that's the
It might
exact
be a
line
simulation.
that's the exact line that they brought up when they were talking about that specific topic. They're like, Carlin had something to say about that. And they said exactly what you just said. And it's like, it's true.
You're Morpheus.
You're like a virus, Mr. Anderson.
Not for nothing. It's a great line too.
It is. It is.
Because if you break down what a virus are, you're like, oh my God, I'm a virus.
It is. It is.
So, yeah. I didn't have too much today, but I saw that with the whole Mistress thing and the Oscars, just how that's gone to complete shit. Just made me chuckle, made me just go, what the fuck are we doing as a people? So that's all I had.
Well, did they add though, like as far as like, I know what you're saying as far as like how it declined, but did they state like specifics about as far as like their viewership, like why it has declined?
Oh, a lot of people are blaming that the woke culture.
Other than that,
you can probably put that on the pandemic. You know, it's hard to celebrate movies when you can't technically go watch a movie right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a factor, but a lot of the actual backlash, like the pandemic thing, movies can't be really seen right now. That's just a reason, and probably a legitimate one. But the backlash part of it is people going, see, everybody shut the fuck up. Say thank you for the award. Thank God, like the good old days. Thank your family. Thank the director, and then walk off the stage.
I remember when that was the biggest thing, when they were saying like, I just want to thank God. That was like the biggest thing.
And that's might have been the beginning of it all. Don't know where it all started. Don't know where it took this vicious right turn that we find ourselves where we're at now. But
we're going around like that Big Ben shit. It's just making mad rights. Keep on that right. That's right.
Everybody, look, Big Ben. Just doing a circle for half the day.
There's the agenda again.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Everybody has to have a say so. And the thing about it is this though, not everybody should have a say so. I don't know about physics and laws of the world. Don't know about them. I could read up on it. I could do my research. But if you ask me right now about physics, I don't know. Not my forte. The world nowadays is like physics. Oh, well, let me tell you what I think. It's like, yo, you have no knowledge of this. Well, no,
I'm not qualified.
I'm not qualified, but I have a voice and it needs to be heard. And it's like, yeah, but no, you have to have some base of knowledge of what you're talking about. Now everybody's just like, I have something to say.
And it's
what do you know about it? Absolutely nothing. But here's what I think. And even then they can't have somebody disagree with them. You know, it's fucking loony, man.
Yeah, man. That's why I've tuned out like politics. I don't even care anymore. Anything that in regards to it, anything that I know is like really divisive like that, I try to stay away, man.
Had this been 4 or 5 years ago, we could spend every episode talking about politics. And I'll know more or less if I say something, it's because I have some type of knowledge in it. I did some type of research. If I didn't, I don't know is an acceptable answer. That's not, don't be ignorant. I don't know, and think that's cool. No, but if you don't legitimately know about something, I don't know. School me, let me learn. That's what I say. If I don't know something, but you do, well, shit, tell me.
And then I could judge my opinion or whatever off of that, the more knowledge I know. But still, you're right.
And even then, like, you'll get that version. Okay, tell me you're talking about. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Okay. The proper way to do it at that point is to then do a little bit of research. You heard that person's version. Nobody talks not like they like to think they know what they're talking about. So if they're saying something, it's based off of their shit. You know what they say? It's my version, their version, and the truth. So you take a little bit of what they're saying. Okay, if it's interesting, then you're now obligated to do a little bit more research to really see where you stand on it. Len, if you come to me like, why is the sky blue? And I say, I don't know. Well, you go, well, it's really green. I go, you know what? Fuck it, it's green. I have to do the research, you know what I'm saying? I have to do a little bit of research on that to figure it all out. I can't just take what this person's saying because they're based off of not necessarily their agenda, but where they're coming from.
Exactly. Where are they getting their info from?
Exactly. In this Facebook must be facts world that we live in right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had one thing, but I changed it while you guys were talking because
What?
it kind of deals with that too. So I don't know how you guys feel about this, but so Kyrie Irving is getting fined I think it's $35,000 each game, and by now it's accumulated to, I want to say, I'm going to throw a number out there. It probably accumulated about over $1 million now because he refuses to do interviews after the game. So I wanted to see what you guys thought about that. Me personally, I'm glad he's doing it because, I mean, you hear these interviews, you hear these commentators, what did you think of the game? How'd you guys win? We won by putting the ball in the basket more times than the other team. Like, this is why I love Popovich. When Popovich used to get interviewed, I love this guy because he used to give
the basic,
like, it's the same questions over and over.
Love Pop.
We put the ball in the basket more time than the other team, and then he's like gone.
That's one of the reasons I like Belichick. He's just like, here's my answer. And it's like a one-word answer. And then somebody asks a similar question. He goes, I already answered that. Next question. And, he's just straight to the point. With Kyrie, my opinion, he's cutting his nose off to spite his face. There's always a loophole. There's always something. Why take these fines when you can go the Marshawn Lynch way? They said, Marshawn Lynch, you're going to get fined if you don't do these interviews. All right, I don't want to get fined. So you go to the interview, and he would literally just say like every question would be the same answer and would be a bullshit answer.
I'm just here so I won't be fined.
I'm just happy to be here or something like that.
I'm just here so I won't have to be fined.
I'm just here so I won't get fined. What do you think about the opposing team? I'm just here so I don't have to get fined. Thank you. Well, what about I'm just here so I don't have to get fined. Well, I'm just here so I don't have to get fined. And he just did that to the point that the reporters, any more questions, and anybody's just like, nah, we're good because we knew what the answer's gonna be.
Good.
If you have an option, if they say if you answer like that, then you're fucked. Like, I like Kyrie, not a fan of the whole flat Earth thing, because but whatever.
I don't think he really believes that, but
he went hard on that for a minute, man. He was going in on that. Go look up old Kyrie flat Earth things, and you hear
somebody else too. Who else was down with him when he was, or like, I think it was Stephen Jackson. Was it? No, not Stephen Jackson. It was I don't even remember right now, but I know there was somebody else with him. So I remember that though. There's a lot of people that believe in that horse shit, but just I digress. Don't cut your nose off to spite your face. If they're saying if you don't show up to this thing after the game, you're gonna get fined, and now you've lost $1 million of your own dollars doing nothing. I understand if you got mad, you punted a ball into like the 5th row. All right, yeah, probably shouldn't have did that. You're fined, but just to not show up to a talk and get fined, like he's smarter than that. So you can literally just go there and just, in a way, you're kind of sticking it to the NBA if you do it, but technically they can't do anything about it because you're at the post-game conference. So you win. Okay, you have to spend 20 minutes, an hour hearing shit you don't want to hear about the same dumb shit that they ask every single game. All right. Yep. We played well. You don't have to do the Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Hey, it was a good game. Give the most bullshit answers you can give. One word if you have to.
and just moving on down. I would zip through the reporters. Yes, next. No, yes, maybe. Yes, no, yes, next. Like, I would just do that until nobody had another question. All right, bye, everybody. See you at practice tomorrow. So
I like that. Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always a workaround. You don't have to take a bullet for your agenda. Like, just because, again, that's his agenda, whatever point he's trying to prove. But it's just like, okay, here comes the NBA with the one up. Now you could take the fines. You have three options. Take the fines, which he's doing, which is probably a dumb idea because you're losing money doing nothing. Go and legitimately answer the questions, or go and not legitimately answer the question and waste everybody's time, but you're not going to get fined. That's how I would play it.
No doubt. I see it both ways, though. I see it from both sides. I see it from Kyrie's side as far as like him not wanting to be there. Like you said, like with Marshawn Lynch, some guys are just not good with that stuff. I don't think that's the reason why Kyrie is doing it, but I just think he doesn't want to do it. But also if you're contract obligated to do that, and you signed the contract, this is what you got to do.
See, I was going to ask that. I don't know
I think it is
obligated.
And that's why they're fined because of it, because it's part of your contract to do so. It's like you have to, or the NBA players agreement with the league or some shit like that. It's obligated for them to do that for a certain amount of time that you have to spend with the media after a game or before a game, or whatever the case may be.
If that's factual, then Kyrie's dead wrong.
I think you might be right. Yeah. I think they call them media obligations or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. It's part of the agreement that they do every year with the player, and the NBA and the league. It's all part of it.
So then, to me, Kyrie's dead wrong. He'd be better off going there and answering like an asshole.
Yeah.
If he has to spend a half hour because of his contract, and his contract is how many millions? Millions to play a game.
A lot of millions.
Yeah. And millions
to play a game. And okay, part of that is you have to spend, let's just say, an hour with the press.
Yeah.
You have literally spent how long is a basketball game?
What is it, 48 minutes or whatever?
Yeah.
So 2 hours, not counting practice and all the other shit. 2 hours is how many millions for 2 hours? I work 2 hours and then leave for the day. I'm not paying anything with that. My bills aren't getting paid with that. So the fact that, between a game and post conference, let's just say 2 hours. If you really can't do that, then, go get a real job and see how wonderful that life is.
Right.
If you have 2 hours, if you're asked to spend an hour doing press shit, and it's in your contract that you signed for this large amount of money, that you have to spend a little bit of time to do this, and you don't do it, you're an asshole. It's, if as serious as life is for you, probably not that much serious. Don't get me wrong, everybody has their personal shit. Everybody has their shit. But from the standpoint of money, from the standpoint of hating your job, you probably don't have those two weights on your back. And for the average person, those things hold weight.
Yep.
So if you just play basketball and you get paid a lot of money, you're pretty much set for life for playing basketball. And the only extra thing is, not the only, but one of the extras is you have to spend time to answer questions about basketball after the game. I mean, I don't even want to call it a sacrifice. Just do it. But again, if you're like, fuck these dumb monotone, every fucking question is the same question thing every single day, then go to Marshawn Lynch way. Shoot yourself shoot yourself in the foot. You signed a contract for that money. You might as well just show up and show up and be an asshole.
Yep.
Show up and be a complete dick to the point that the reporters look at you down the locker room. They're like, they'd rather not interview you. I'm sitting right here. Nobody wanted to interview me. So, fulfilled my part of the obligation.
Sitting right here.
Yep.
I'm waiting for somebody to answer the question. They just don't want to come to me anymore. I don't know what it is. So there's ways you can play it. Just to be like, nah, I'm not going. Maybe you got bread to burn like that. Not in his pockets. If you got bread to burn like that, you could be like, fuck it. I'll take $5 million worth of fines for the year for not answering questions. And then you can do it and there's no sweat off your back. Knock yourself out. Me personally, I'll go in and just be like, I'll just say yes to every question. Doesn't even matter. Yes, next, yes, yep, yep, next.
Surround me with every mic, please. I'm not losing 35 G's or whatever it is per interview.
Yep.
Because I know what it was like when I didn't have 35 G's for the year.
I can't afford to give up any extra money. Me personally, right now where I'm at in life, I can't afford to give up any extra money that I need, because I need it all. Everything that we're all trying to do in life, we need every cent we can get at that present moment. Maybe if I'm in a position that I don't need half the money I make, and I could just blow it doing whatever.
Just imagine if your job was set up like that, where like after each day, no matter what you did, that you had to like talk to the media, say like how your day was. All the crappy days that obviously there's good ones as well, but like, yeah, that would be rough for me to do. I'm just thinking about it. If I had to relate to like me being in my job, having to like talk about my day and my coworkers and the patients.
I'd get fired basically for what I said.
But I know it's not the same thing. I'm just trying to relate it. Like I'm sure you could picture it with your job, or maybe try to.
Well, I was gonna say I am in no way an NBA star. I don't make NBA money. I'm a working man, so I work. If I can equate it, if what happened?
No, because it just every time somebody says something like that, I always did Will, but he's like, this guy was talking Germany because he's from Germany. He's talking German because he's from Germany. Like, I'm a working man, so I worked.
You get my point.
Oh no, of course, but I always go to that whenever. I always think of Will with that fucking happens.
My job at the end of the day, I have to do what's called the end of shift report. It usually takes 20 minutes, 25, depending how long my day is, depending on what's going on, tops like a half hour. I am obligated to do that. Whether I could tell everybody the same thing I'm going to put into that paperwork, and everybody's aware, I still have to do that paperwork, whether I want to or not. My 12-hour days sometimes turn into 14-hour days because I can't just leave. I have to now do my end of the shift, my post-game conference. I owe it to them. That's what I get paid for.
How much does it have to, not to say that you would do this, but can you like BS it? Is there like a template that you can just like, today was just that, and just sign it and like, boom? Or does it have to be like, are you going to track back and look specifically on each day for stuff like that?
There's parts I could BS on, but most of it is data driven.
Okay.
But the parts that I can BS on, I don't, because while it's not NBA money, I'm getting paid a decent amount to do what I do. I feel, and this is just now personal preferences, if I do something, I no longer can half-ass it because my fingerprint's on it. If I do something, I do it, which means you judge me by the work I do. So I'm not going to half-ass it. So if my 12-hour day turned into a 13 and a half, 14-hour day because I have to do these things I'm obligated to do, I don't have to do it, but then repercussions like Kyrie, get ready to get fined. Get ready to lose like up to date $1 million because you're not doing what you're obligated, what you said you were going to do. The things I do after work, that's my job. That's what I signed up for, technically a contract. You have to sign all your shit. And like, you got to sign And my job, they have security things. Like there's things that they don't fuck around with. So you know what you're getting into. If you're signing a contract, especially for multi-millions of dollars, and it says, okay, you have to spend 45 minutes to an hour dealing with these reporters. All right. You know, if you had a bad game, life is still pretty good, man.
Right. Yeah.
And also on the flip side to that too, like he shouldn't bitch about like the media or being portrayed a certain way when you can help control that narrative. If you were to be like available for some of these questions that are going to be asked to you, you know, you can squash a lot of the shit that spreads, whether true or false or not, whether you deem it that way, you know, he deems it that way. He can kind of cut off a lot of the narratives by just being there, you know?
2 rules, man. Life is what you make it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know, you don't have to be this thing that Kyrie is being. Maybe he thinks he needs to be to make some type of point for something. But this is what you're supposed to do, man. Like, you could not do it, but then there's certain thing called repercussions. I could not do what I have to do. Like, you know, we'll say I'll probably be fired. You want to see how much of your agenda you're willing to sacrifice. I'm not going to sacrifice my job because I don't want to do something I'm obligated to do that I told my bosses I was going to do, that, you know, is the team thing that we're all supposed to do. It's just one of those things, man. Everybody's their own individual. Everybody makes their own, you know. If he has the millions to give up like that, nah, fuck it. I'm just going home early. Get home a half hour early. Good for you. It costs you like $35,000 to get home a half hour early. It's almost $1,000 a minute.
Jeez.
If you could do it,
Yeah.
Hey, more power to you. For the people that can't,
Yeah.
you know, when we all get there, if I get into a position, I'd be like, fuck your end of the shift report. Because I don't care about the backlash because I'm good. I can do that. Until then, it's typing it up, man. Nobody wants to be a professional anymore. Remember when you would be mad but still have to, when athletes would just be mad because they lost a game or they had a shitty game but would still be out there, you know, post conference talking shit. But, you know, you still talk shit. Let the bleep fest happen. Like, go in, curse your coach out, curse your teammates out, curse the other team out, curse the NBA out. Like, okay, you guys want me here? Roar and just unleash. You could do that, or you could just lose $35,000 by going on.
That's more money right there. Because if you're talking about how they're going off, that's probably fines from the league.
I mean, but again, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Like, yeah. I'm joking that he's just going to be like, yeah, fuck my teammates and fuck the coach and fuck the refs and fuck, like, you could do that, but you're better off just not showing up and taking the 35. But, you know, I have joke about that, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it, man.
Yeah.
Everybody knew Michael Jordan was the greatest ever as Jordan, and he'd give you this 3-minute speech of how it's different generations and I can, you know, my career's still going on and da 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 da. We know you're the best, but he's saying in a way it's like, all right, fair enough.
Talk about a media circus when he always was there answering questions and shit like that with like 1 million people around, man. When they showed that in that series, man, all those people around him and he's just trying to get like 10 minutes to himself. Yeah, that really hit home. Like, yo, this kid, like, it would suck. As great as I'm sure it is to reach that level, like that part of it for me, because I know how I am, like that would wear on me early in the whole process of
now,
that whole span.
That's on a Michael Jordan stature. No disrespect to Kyrie, but you're not on a Michael Jordan stature. Matter of fact, KD and Harden will get more of that love. You'll be the third guy that the media is going to be coming on. So you're not even Jordan. You're not even Pippen. You're like Steve Kerr. And you don't want to handle that. So it's just like, all right, that says a lot about your character then. You're not You're not built to be that guy. You're not built to be a Kevin Durant or a Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he has a lot of unanswered. Not say that we have to get answers, but like just about him that it just doesn't. The whole puzzle is not like it's not complete in regards to him.
He owes nobody anything. We don't ever have to hear that story.
Yeah, but you could just tell what I'm trying to get to. Like you could just like there's pieces to him that he's not going to divulge to us at any level probably. But again, it's not going to truly understand him until he does that,
But it all goes back to repercussions. Remember how we said a few times in the past, like everything costs something. Whether you work hard, it's going to cost something. Whether you're dead fucking lazy, it's going to cost something. Whether you're quiet, it's going to cost something. Whether you talk a lot, it's going to cost something. Everything costs something. How Kyrie's conducting himself, you can do all of that. If, don't bitch about the cost. That's the only thing. Don't bitch about the cost. Don't be an NFL player and at the end of your career, bitch about the injuries and the grind and all that other shit. Yo, bro, that's the career you chose.
You knew.
That's what I'm saying.
You knew.
Yeah. So the cost is going to be the cost. If the cost is, comes out in a surprise on you, that's one thing. But especially playing a sport on a professional level, especially like anything, if you know the cost, either don't complain on it or don't do it. Those are your two options. Kyrie, you don't want to do this? That's fine. He's using one of his options. I don't want to deal with these people. All right, well then don't. Here's your $35,000 fine every single time. You're now at $1 million and counting. Again, if you can wing it, man, more power to you.
It's a lot of money though.
That's a lot of money.
It depends, man. It's a whole lot of money to me and you.
Yeah.
Bill Gates blows nose with that money.
Yeah.
It's all where you're at. Again, to me and you, we'll be at the press conference. Mad, tears in our eyes, punching the wall.
Before they do, I'll have everything set up. I'll set the mics up.
That's what I'm saying. Mic check, mic check. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, exactly. I'll direct this whole
I'll be the guy. All right, we're ready for the interview. Take one.
The press conference. No.
If you're willing to do that, then Oh, by the way, going back to like the whole, I hate athletes that shit on the press and then become the press after their career. Just a little side note.
Okay.
Just going back to the Kyrie, and we said somebody else, and just to have people bash the people that do their job in the media and then become the media and be all friendly and all that shit. Like that's just.
Who are you referring to? Someone particularly, or are you just the idea of it?
Really, the only person I could think off the top of my head is Barkley. Barkley spent a lot of time. Yeah. Again, there's more than Barkley. I'm just thinking quickly off the top of my head. Barkley is the name that comes to my head, but there's more.
First of all.
Kenny.
Terrible. Just terrible.
Kenny.
Terrible.
Why does Shaq keep falling?
Yeah.
I think a lot of it he does it as like a prop, like a funny thing to do.
I don't know, man. A couple times he went down. It looked like somebody shot him from a sniper perch. He goes down way too much. You ever see the skit with Kevin Hart about Shaq falling?
No.
You gotta watch it. I'll send you the clip.
All right.
He just makes fun of Shaq falling. LeBron's in the audience. This is when he was playing for Cleveland.
Oh, I did see that. Yes. It was funny. Falling in slow motion. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. He just falls in the same position. Kind of just rocks himself back up. And you see LeBron just stand up, the one man standing ovation, like he just gets up and is laughing his ass off at Shaq.
That's funny.
Yeah. Big Will got the Tommy hat. Big Will got a Tommy shirt with the women's shoes on it.
Yep, trying to go full women now.
Oh yeah, you making that push?
Your personal life.
Yeah.
So you knew you said it. You knew you set yourself up. I saw you pause. He's like, nice.
Nah, that's what's up, man. If you want to promote anything, by all means, I always have your link on the description. I always kind of put your IG, but knock yourself out, man. Give it out.
Yeah, I'm just promoting my women's shoes. Figured just get it out there, and I'm probably gonna keep it up for a while, probably like till the end of the year, and then revamp, do some more designs. But yeah, just catering to more. Even at the website, I think there's only one men's shoe out of 9. Because there's only 9 slots you could put it up, so there's like 8 women's stuff and then 1 men's shoe. But yeah, you can find it at aliveshoes.com/brand/Tohmee, TOHMEE.
All right, and make sure we put the link on that. Just make sure what you just said is pretty good, because I'm just gonna copy it off what you just said. So make sure you're not lying or forgetting something. All right, but yo, man, it all looks hot, man. I wish you the utmost success. Again, if there's any way I could help, I'm putting the links on. But if there's anything else you need me to do, please, by all means, don't hesitate. Everything looks good, man. Salute, and just keep grinding, bro.
Word up, man.
Thank you.
Keep the grind. I'm definitely copping a hat right now. So
check him out. Check mine out. His description in IG being flood his DMs. He loves it.
Yeah, can't stop you guys from hitting me up. Stop it.
Other than that, same old same. Like I said, I gotta work on this because I'm not doing it enough. But please like, subscribe, comment, share, download, all the other good stuff, and appreciate it like always. And that's about it. So for Mr. Len Dukes, Mr. William, this is Paul saying thank you for coming on again. Appreciate it all. Had a good time as always. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. And we'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
America.
Bitch. Bye.